Welcome to the Facebook edition of Kitchen Uncovered. Today we're going to make sticky date cake. Goes with your Christmas holiday season dinner. So in order to make that, first thing we need to do is take 2 cups of butter, 2 cups of sugar, whip them together in your KitchenAid or by hand or your hand blender till smooth, and then we're going to add 3 eggs. So we have that mixed together in a KitchenAid already. And for the creamy method, now what we have is we're going to take our dates, and we have about 2 cups of dates, and with just enough water, chopped dates with just enough water to cover, we're going to add a little bit of baking soda, about 2 teaspoons, and we're going to stir that in. And that's going to react and break down the dates just a little bit more. Stir that in so that it's well distributed. So we're going to take this date mixture and we're going to very slowly stir it into our butter and eggs and sugar. So we just put the mixture on slow stir, right? You don't want to add it too much because you don't want the heat of the dates to cook your eggs. So we're just going to temper it in very slowly and let it stir together. We're just going to let that slowly stir, and while that's mixing, I'm quickly going to mix up my dry ingredients. So for my dry ingredients, I've got 2 cups of flour. I have about a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, ground cloves, ground ginger, a little bit of salt, and some baking powder. And we're going to stir that all in until it's all evenly distributed and incorporated. Just whisk it. You could sift it, but you don't necessarily have to. It's just the whisking and the sifting and stirring it together gets a nice even mix of the spices into the flour. So while our mix is stirring, we're going to take the flour and we're just going to very slowly stir it in a little bit at a time. You don't want to overmix it too much. You don't want to develop too much gluten, so you just want to mix it until it's just blended. And you should have a nice soft cake batter when it's all done. So I'll take that out. When we bake this, we're going to bake this in a bain-marie at 350 degrees. So basically we're going to steam it. So we have a pan on the side there with some water in it, about halfway full, just so that the bottom 2/3 of the cake sits in the water as it bakes. A 350 oven. We're just making sure all of the flour is mixed from below. And we have our cake pan. I'm using a bundt pan, greased with a little bit of butter and dusted with flour. And just very carefully and evenly pour this in to the cake pan. Try not to get it all up on the sides. So nice and even. Should be about halfway to 3/4 full when you get it all mixed up. We're going to set the cake mixture into our pan of water. Bake it in an oven, 350 degrees, till toothpick comes out clean and dry. Takes about an hour, a little bit more. When it comes out and rested, it should look something like this. I like to top mine with a brown sugar sauce. Check out the recipe listed below. Thanks for joining us, Kitchen Uncovered Facebook edition.